I burn myself out trying to be consistent. And I actually lost the urge to create by trying to do too much and trying to force creativity when it wasn't flowing. In 2024, I set myself a goal to put out a video every single week. And you know what? I did it. And it was something like 50 long form videos in 52 weeks. And that's not including short forms and stories and all the other things that come along for the ride. And on paper, that sounds great, but it left me completely flat. And I distinctly remember at the start of 2025, I didn't want to create. And it took me 3 months to gradually build that momentum. And I didn't want to pick up the camera. Now, that may not sound like a lot, but my camera is how I get paid. I rely on this to work with clients and brands. And it made me realize something, that training the body and creating are actually very similar. So when I train now, I'm not chasing ultimate performance or a specific outcome. I'm training because it's honestly part of who I am. And I'm focused on not only longevity, but freedom. Freedom in my body and sovereignty as I get older. And I'm also kind of divorcing myself from the outcome and just showing up for rep after rep and doing the sets, because I know that on a long enough timeline, it gets me closer to where I want to be. And I think creation should feel similar to that, because what I did before was rush it and force it. And in that quest to try and be consistent, it actually pushed me further away from what I was trying to achieve. So this year, I actually feel different around creation. I'm feeling that urge to create again, but it's in a much quieter and slower way. And I've taken a complete month off Instagram, and I'm not drawn towards short form. So that means that time has been moved towards like reading, walking, messing around on a ukulele, and instead of constantly putting things out, putting more energy into the other areas of my life, things that matter more to me at the minute, and that's paid work, that's spending time with real people, real conversations, and always time in nature. And I think something interesting happens when you slow down. You start to rebuild that capacity. And it's a bit like your training. We know that training through injury isn't smart. And you then repurpose that energy or find other ways around, or ways that you can move pain-free. And creation isn't something that you run out of, but your attention is. And that's the real problem. Not a lack of ideas, but too much noise, too much scrolling, consumption, just constantly pacifying your attention. So now I'm trying to run everything through a filter. Is this actually building the life that I want to create? Or am I just showing up to the circus of it all? Because your energy is finite. Your attention is finite. And the question is, where are you investing that finite resource? What are you actually building with it? And I think about this a lot now I've turned 40. It's changed my relationship with time. And I'm trying to place a bit more emphasis on legacy and that long term. And it's brought to the forefront of my mind how short this existence is. And that's changing how I move and how I train, and also how I create. So with my body now, I'm 9 weeks post-surgery. And a month ago, I couldn't even do a chin-up. Not a single one. But now, I can do 5 in a row. And the younger version of me would have laughed at that. Because in the past I've been stronger, been more capable, but those 5 reps mean so much to me now. Just seeing that progress. And I'm trying not to rush back because I know that I'm rebuilding slowly. And I'm starting to think about it like this. If you had one car, one vehicle for your entire life, you'd look after it, right? You'd service it on time, you'd fuel it properly, make sure you warm it up thoroughly and really take care of it. But we don't apply that same logic to our bodies. Until something goes wrong. Your body is invisible until you break something or injure something, and pain is at the forefront of your mind. So injury and setbacks, they feel like they're stopping you. They feel like they're slowing you down. But looking back, that enforced slowness gave me space. Time to reflect. And actually figure which way I'm going. And I'm grateful for some of that clarity. It was a hard-learned lesson, but yeah, valuable nonetheless. So now I find peace in slowing down, because slowing down doesn't mean you're falling behind. I think it means you're rebuilding capacity. And that carries into everything else that you're doing. Your training, your family life, your work, your decisions. It gives you that capacity to hold on to more. So the goal isn't to be perfect. It's to stay consistent. And make sure that is aligned with the person that you want to be. So spending time on a walk, a bit of light mobility, a short session maybe. Those are the things that actually keep you going, and they are well-made investments in you, in your body, in your life. Because in the long run, that consistency always beats short-term perfection. And I found this to be true for both training and creating. And you don't need to have it all figured out before you begin. Start and the ideas will come. And a phrase that I'm taking a lot of solace in recently is cross the river by feeling the stone. So that's what I'm telling myself. And maybe you can give yourself space to listen to that too. So here's to crossing the river by feeling the stones.